Yo, I've been wanting to play Final Fantasy 7 OG for a long dang time. I still haven't played the remake, by the way, but I wanted to play the original one, and I remember getting that shit for PC back in the day because I didn't have a PlayStation when it came out. I think it was like 1998 or something. The Voodoo 2 version came out. I played with the Voodoo 2 3DFX. Um, and it was freaking awesome at the time. The backgrounds looked kind of like shit, but the characters in battle had the old mip mapping and all that good stuff. But I'm like, you know what? I bet there's probably like an HD mod for that. And I found one for the Steam version. And I think there's a variety of mods out there, but the one I picked on, I think was called Satoshi Yuki or some shit. Yakatoy? I don't forgot what the hell the name is this, but so I'm gonna go through this little system here and we'll look at it real fast. The big thing is they use like an artificial intelligence to like make the backgrounds HD to give them a good cleaning up. It's pretty important because even back in the day, like when I played the original one that was done by Eidos, the PC port, the backgrounds were already looking kind of washed out and bad compared to the 3D pixels, which were 3D accelerated time. It's like as you increase the resolution of the pixels, the 3D characters, it's going to make the backgrounds look even more washed out. And so it's like a 25 gig thing when you unbreak down this patch and upgrade it. It's like they put a lot of down work into the backgrounds. The battles themselves have been updated. The world map's been updated. Some kind of magic. Another thing you could click on and turn on and activate and deactivate what you want and don't want. Which is pretty dang awesome because there's like a high definition sound part to this mod, and where it adds like footsteps when you're walking around. Like Final Fantasy VIII Squall, he had the footsteps and walked around. I did not actually end up. I like the new sound effects for the most part, but the footsteps and shit and the background sounds that they added to the in the overworlds and stuff, I didn't like that at all. I ended up disabling it. You got the PlayStation music. The PlayStation music is different from what was actually done in the Eidos port way back in the day, which is MIDI stuff, and the MIDI stuff is pretty damn inferior. It's not as good, even with a pretty nice the 64 car back in the day and stuff. It was still pretty bad. You got dynamic lighting to give people shadows, which works for the most part. That can look kind of shitty. Several different shadows here. High definition graphics on the mini games. One of the ones I ended up using is the you got the famous Popeye kind of arms and shit for all of the characters and their little award parts. You can actually disable the Popeye shit and they have high definition textures. I mean 3D models. I'm sorry. So let's crank this up and I'll show you a little bit of it. Chaos. Satsuki Yatoshi. Okay, presente. Yeah. You can see the classic, the freaking 40,000 save points. I don't know if that was in the PlayStation. I've never actually played through all the way through the PlayStation one. But you can see that Cloud, he's got his sword and shit. So we can find us a battle here. Where's the battles at? Nothing? There's no guys? There we go. And so you play this shit in 4K and all that good stuff. Well, they're gonna probably own these guys in like 2 seconds. And then it ends up being, it's not perfect. It's a hell of a lot better than playing vanilla. But you still got lines in the backgrounds. But those lines and stuff, they were in like the Eidos version. So let me see if I can go and find like a do I have the key? I think I have the key. Oh, I can't. Oh, I done forgot. You gotta walk your freaking fat ass in there. Now, without it directly composed to the terrible pixelated things, it'd still be like, wow, that's not huge. It's not a big difference. It's like, yeah, it's a pretty damn big difference. So let's go inside town here. it just looks a whole lot better. Now it does have you kind of. It still feels like it's hand painting, but it feels like sort of more like a water paint kind of thing. I don't know if that makes sense. Because AI has updated these graphics, but it just looks so much better than what it was. And you know, the problem with Final Fantasy VII is that honestly, a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's aged so bad." It's like, no, the PlayStation's version just never did look honestly that good, even when it came out. Is that people got the thick nostalgia goggles about how this shit runs, and I think I'm not sure. I have not played the PS4 version, but I've heard that the PS4 version is just like the old PC eidos version. Just you know, they put down just changed the music and shit, and probably added achievements. I don't know. This is in 4x3. I don't have a mouse here, dude. And I don't have a mouse. It's in 4x3 mainly because I believe the actual hand-drawn backgrounds are 2D, and so you can't really just stretch them out. If you can just pull the camera back, if it was like completely 3D, but so it's forced 4x3, and overall I liked this a whole lot. I had a lot of fun with it. Now there were some problems in terms of I had some glitches. I had 3 hard crashes. What's my playtime at? I had 3 hard crashes in 35 hours. And then I had there was a weird fucking thing where if you did a summon spell, if you did a summoning spell that like actually changed the background, like Neo Bahamut, you remember where you Neo Bahamut when you bring the fucking monsters up into the sky, like with the dirt and stuff, like the dirt wasn't there. And then anything that changed, the summons would change the actual background. And then when you went back to the world, not the overmap, but if you went back to a 2D area, that would be invisible. It would just be dark, and the cloud would be on the darkness. It's like, where the hell am I at? You have to try to figure out, find another enemy or freaking find the next screen or some shit. But overall, I like this. It's a pretty good bit. I don't know if I can recommend this without some patches. And where's my exit at? It's like, give me the. There's some stuff over here. You could select through different graphics engines. Maybe that's where we'll get rid of that stuff. I didn't really go through the forums to figure out, you know, these things that I had problems with could probably be addressable. But it's one of those things you could, you know, really fiddle with. It had a lot of stuff, and hell, it even had, well, HDNR was enabled. I don't know whether the game had much effect from that, but 4K HDR, and there's parts of it that I think are, I don't know if the whole damn game's 60 frames or not. But I don't know if I would recommend it. It's a little bit of digging on your part, but the actual installation part and stuff was pretty damn easy. It's like, as long as you can move files around, you could be able to install it. And I guess the last thing I really like, which surprised me, is that they increased all of the full motion videos to 30 frames, and they smoothed them out and you know, gave them the freaking high definition upgrade too. That's probably why the damn thing's 25 gigs on it. I don't know, but it made them actually look good again. They never particularly looked great, even when the freaking Steam version. I mean, not the Steam, but the eidos version way back in '98. They never actually looked all that great. It wasn't until Final Fantasy VIII where I think they had pretty good full motion videos. But overall, I don't know if you're hyped to play the original one, or if you think that, you know, the remake is you know, not a good enough replacement, and it's a different game, honestly, so you should never replace it. Try to give it this here Tachuji's Yakitashi mode, man. It needs some more work, I think. It's and probably needs some, you know, you probably do some troubleshooting on your part. But one Paul up from Big Kitty, who went through and relived Final Fantasy VII. Loved Final Fantasy VII so much back in the day. We used to play it every summer. We would play through it. And then, a lot of nostalgia there. Damn game was easy as fuck. I forgot how easy it was. And then Brian, Paul down. He's lazy as fuck. He didn't want to do no work. And he was missing. He's like, want to know why the hell can't they just do a nice remaster of Final Fantasy VII that gets it done without doing too much work, an HD remaster without redoing everything. But, you know, that's not what they wanted to do. And so I don't know if this is superior to the PS4 version, but if you have access to Steam, the PC, you got PC, The damn Final Fantasy 7 is about $5 often, so you can get Final Fantasy 7 and then go ahead and get this mod and put it on top of it, and it's pretty easy to do. You might just have a couple glitches or whatever there, but it's all right.